Now, you built the blueprint, you set the goals, and you got the board's approval, but nothing has changed. Your team isn't resisting you. They just don't understand you. If your strategy doesn't have a shared language, your expansion will fail before it even starts. Expansion requires an ecosystem, not just a founder's degree.
My name is Adewumi-Zer, and I'm the founder and CEO of Zer Consulting Africa.
Across the world, I've seen how $100 million institutions treat stakeholder engagement as a technical requirement, not just a soft nice to have, because they know it's a force multiplier that turns a plan into reality. I brought this back to Africa to show you that your impact depends on who's building with you. If you're following along on the strategy blueprint, look at the final column, phase 5. What we get in this final phase is total support. By the end of this exercise, you'll have both internal and external stakeholders who don't just know the strategy, they own it. Let's move to that final column in the strategy blueprint. Hope we all have it in front of us, and where we see it's about communication and stakeholder engagement. Such a critical piece, and a piece that can sometimes be completely overlooked. And it's just split into two simple areas. It's split into internal communications and external communications. Very simple. The first thing we need to do when we have a new strategy, a new action plan, board approved, is that we need to communicate it to all the employees. Get everybody on the same page. Make sure that everyone understands what the game plan is, and then helps them to be able to actually action on those plans. Give people responsibilities, but give them the capabilities to be able to deliver on those responsibilities. That's where we provide training and development. Internal communication, training and development. Now, where do we go with the externals? Now, with the externals, it's again communication. Every relationship is about communication. Start with communication. And of course, build relationships with partners who can actually help you to implement that strategy. Internal, we have about communication, and then training and developing your employees to be able to actually deliver on that strategy. And then on the external side, again, around communication, and finding those strategic partners that can help you as a company deliver on that same strategy. And at the end of the day, the outcome we want is both internal and external understanding and support. Not just understanding, but support of that strategy. So here we've come then to the 5 phases. We started with phase 1, where we were looking at the past, measuring our gaps, seeing where we could plug those gaps with our core competencies, also testing where the market was and what we would have to do with there. Moving then to phase 2, where we talked about goal setting, smart objectives, being able to measure where we are against what investors are looking for. Moving to phase 3, where we have to come with action plans and execution on those smart objectives, which need to be measured, it needs to be reported. Phase 4 is getting that permit from our board so that we can get that final approval and be able to also know the finances, how this will drive the financials of the company. And finally, the ever important phase 5, where you need to communicate, not just internally, but externally, so that everyone's on the same page, that everyone understands the strategy and actually supports the strategy. So tell me, which phase of your skyscraper is currently missing? Is it phase 1, where we set the foundation, or is it phase 5, where we communicate and engage? Be honest with yourself. Let me know in the comments. And if you found this full blueprint useful, like this video, comment with the phase you need to fix, and subscribe with the notification bell. Finally, forward this to a board member or fellow founder who's also stuck in the hustle trap.